Okay, so here's about 24 hours after I pitched the yeast, so added the yeast into the kit wine. And if you remember in the other video, the top of this bucket has a hole with a grommet in it, and then I have this this tube running around. It comes up a little bit. This tube, so it runs down and it comes around up top here, and then ends up bubbling down through this sanitizer. So what that does, that CO2 is bubbling up through the sanitizer, and that keeps anything, especially like fruit flies, from entering back up and getting inside the wine itself. You could use, maybe you could use a regular airlock here, but you'll see that there's just so much CO2 coming out of, and this is a pretty large tube, coming out of that tube. And sometimes if it ferments really hard, you'll get a lot of foam that can sometimes come into the tube, and those small airlocks just aren't enough to keep up with that. So fermenting pretty good. Actually, if you can remove this and smell, of course you can't smell it, but you can smell the wine from there, and it smells quite good. So this will sit here and ferment for 5 or 6 more days until specific gravity comes down, and then we'll be ready to move into our secondary, which is just a little bit of siphoning. But so far so good. To be continued.